Every week, somewhere online, someone is telling you about 3 superfoods that will change your life. But today we're going straight to the source: Harvard Medical School. One of the most respected medical institutions on the planet. And they didn't give us 3, they gave us 10. 10 foods that researchers and registered dietitians at Harvard have specifically identified as power-packed, disease-fighting, life-extending additions to your daily diet. And what makes this list different from everything else you've seen? These aren't trends. These aren't supplements. These aren't things you have to order online or find at a specialty store. Every single one of them is sitting in your grocery store right now. Probably for less than you think. Let's go through all 10. Number 1. Berries. If you only add one thing to your diet after watching this video, let it be berries. Here's why Harvard puts them at the top. Their rich, deep colors, the blues, reds, purples, and blacks, aren't just beautiful. They are a direct signal of antioxidant concentration. The pigments that create those colors are the same compounds that fight free radical damage, reduce inflammation, and protect your cells from the kind of oxidative stress that drives cancer, heart disease, and premature aging. Berries are also naturally high in fiber, which feeds your beneficial gut bacteria, stabilizes blood sugar, and keeps you full longer. And they are naturally sweet, meaning they satisfy sugar cravings while actively protecting your health at the same time. Fresh or frozen makes no difference nutritionally. Add them to yogurt, blend them into smoothies, or eat them straight from the bowl. Number 2. Fish. Specifically fatty fish, and this one has decades of cardiovascular research behind it. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring, trout, anchovies, and tuna steaks are among the richest dietary sources of omega-3 fatty acids on Earth. And omega-3s are not optional for a healthy heart, they are essential. Literally essential, meaning your body cannot produce them. You have to eat them. The evidence connecting omega-3 fatty acids to reduced risk of heart disease is some of the most consistent and replicated in all of nutritional science. These fats reduce triglycerides, lower inflammation, and protect the electrical system of your heart from dangerous irregularities. Fresh, frozen, or canned all work. The omega-3s survive the canning process. Sardines and canned salmon are among the most affordable and nutrient-dense foods available anywhere. Number 3. Leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, mustard greens. Harvard calls these out specifically because of what they pack into an extraordinarily low-calorie profile. Dark leafy greens deliver vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and a range of phytochemicals, plant-based compounds that actively work in your body to reduce disease risk. They also add significant fiber to your diet, which, as we discussed with berries, is one of the most important and most underconsumed nutrients in the modern diet. One of the most practical things you can do is keep a bag of spinach in your refrigerator at all times. It goes into everything: eggs, smoothies, soups, pasta, stir-fries, and the flavor almost disappears when combined with other ingredients. You get the full nutritional benefit with almost no change to the taste of whatever you're making. Number 4. Nuts. Walnuts, almonds, hazelnuts, pecans. Harvard highlights these specifically for 2 reasons. First, they are one of the best sources of plant-based protein available, important whether you eat meat or not. Second, they are rich in monounsaturated fats, the same category of healthy fat found in olive oil, which research has consistently linked to reduced risk of heart disease. The one caveat Harvard makes is worth repeating: nuts are calorie-dense. A small handful is the target, not a bowl. The nutrition is real, the calorie count is also real. The key is not to avoid nuts, but to be intentional about portion size. Nut butters, almond, cashew, peanut, deliver the same core benefits and are an easy way to add this nutrition to meals you're already eating. Number 5. Olive oil. This one has been validated by some of the largest dietary studies ever conducted, including the landmark PREDIMED trial, which found that a Mediterranean diet supplemented with olive oil significantly reduced risk of major cardiovascular events. Harvard highlights olive oil for 3 specific compounds: vitamin E, polyphenols, and monounsaturated fatty acids. Together these reduce inflammation, protect against oxidative damage, and lower the risk of heart disease. The practical guidance is simple. Replace butter and margarine with olive oil wherever possible. Use it to sauté vegetables. Drizzle it over salads. Use it as a dipping base for whole grain bread instead of reaching for processed spreads. Extra virgin olive oil retains the highest concentration of polyphenols because it undergoes the least processing. That distinction matters. Number 6. Whole grains. Oats, quinoa, bulgur, wheatberries, brown rice, 100% whole wheat bread. Harvard puts these on the list because of their unique combination of soluble fiber, insoluble fiber, B vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. Research has shown that regular whole grain consumption lowers LDL cholesterol, stabilizes blood sugar, and provides measurable protection against both heart disease and type 2 diabetes. The fiber in whole grains does something that refined grains, white bread, white rice, regular pasta, completely fail to do. It slows digestion, prevents blood sugar spikes, and feeds the gut bacteria that regulate your immune system and inflammatory response. One of the simplest upgrades you can make is swapping your morning routine. A bowl of oatmeal instead of a refined grain cereal delivers more fiber, more sustained energy, and more long-term cardiovascular protection than almost any other breakfast choice you could make. When buying bread, check that the first ingredient listed is 100% whole wheat flour. Everything else is mostly marketing. Number 7. Yogurt. Harvard includes yogurt for 2 distinct reasons that work together: calcium and protein on one side, and live probiotic cultures on the other. The probiotics in yogurt, beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus and others, protect your gut from harmful pathogens, support immune function, and contribute to the kind of diverse gut microbiome that researchers are increasingly linking to whole body health. The critical detail Harvard flags is this: flavored and fruited yogurts are often loaded with added sugar, which negates many of the benefits. Buy plain yogurt, add your own fruit. Look specifically for labels that say, live active cultures. That phrase tells you the beneficial bacteria are actually present and alive. Yogurt can also replace mayonnaise or sour cream in dips and sauces, delivering the same creamy texture with significantly more nutritional value. Number 8. Cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, radishes, turnips. This is the category of vegetable that consistently appears in cancer prevention research, and for specific, well-documented reasons. Cruciferous vegetables contain a unique class of phytochemicals called indoles, thiocyanates, and nitriles. These compounds have been studied for their ability to inhibit cancer cell development and slow tumor growth across multiple types of cancer. They are also excellent sources of fiber, vitamins C and K, and folate. The simplest way to get more of them is to keep frozen cruciferous vegetable blends in your freezer. They go into soups, stir-fries, and pasta dishes with almost no effort. Steam them, add olive oil and seasoning, and you have one of the most nutritionally powerful side dishes you can put on a plate. Number 9. Legumes. Black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, lentils, soybeans, peas. Harvard identifies this entire category as exceptional for 3 reasons: fiber, folate, and plant-based protein, all in one food. The research connecting regular legume consumption to reduced heart disease risk is extensive and consistent. The combination of soluble fiber lowering cholesterol, folate protecting cardiovascular function, and protein replacing less healthy animal protein sources creates a powerful cumulative benefit. Legumes are also among the most affordable foods in any grocery store. A can of black beans or chickpeas costs very little and can form the nutritional foundation of an entire meal. Add them to salads. Build soups and chilies around them. Blend chickpeas into hummus. The versatility of this food category is almost unmatched. Number 10. Tomatoes. Harvard closes the list with tomatoes, and specifically for one compound that sets them apart from most other vegetables: lycopene. Lycopene is the antioxidant responsible for the red color of tomatoes, and it has been specifically studied for its ability to reduce the risk of prostate cancer. But its benefits extend beyond that. Lycopene has also shown promise in research on cardiovascular protection and reduction of oxidative stress more broadly. Here is something most people don't know. Lycopene actually becomes more bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs more of it, when tomatoes are cooked and prepared with a healthy fat. Tomato sauce cooked in olive oil delivers significantly more usable lycopene than a raw tomato eaten alone. This makes tomato-based pasta sauces, soups, stews, and chilies not just comforting, but one of the most lycopene-efficient ways to eat. Now let's zoom out, because Harvard makes a point that is worth ending on. No single food on this list, not even the most powerful one, is enough on its own. What the research consistently shows is that it is the overall pattern of eating that drives long-term health outcomes. The DASH diet, the Mediterranean diet, both of which are largely built around exactly these 10 foods. Both of which have demonstrated in large-scale research that they reduce risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. These 10 foods are not magic. They are building blocks. The more of them you incorporate into a consistent daily pattern, the more your body benefits, cumulatively, compoundingly, over time. The goal is not perfection. It is not eating all 10 every single day. It is gradual, sustainable incorporation of more of these foods into the way you already eat. One swap at a time, one meal at a time. And over months and years, that consistency is what the science shows makes the difference. If this gave you something useful, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more evidence-based content like this. And drop a comment below. Which of these 10 are you already eating regularly, and which one are you going to add first?